Cities of Go, Shabbatai, Shalom to the real ones. All the ones, surfing the wave, putting the puzzle pieces back together. Yeah, I think it's time. I think we earned it, y'all. I think we earned a Cities of Gold. After 49 Prester John installments, and we got 50 coming up. And we've been going in, we've been going all the way in, seeking our priest flow, our indigenous priest flow. And I think it's time to start digging on this, on these, 7 cities, this septimania. You can't talk priest king and all this without talking the kingdom, you know what I mean? And the 7 kingdoms of the Kalelus, all this connected with the Grand Canyon today, these cities that they don't let you get close to. That's right there in Arizona. We're talking about an ancient frequency war, and some of this is going to be brought up in the Cities of Gold, man. Love to Freddie B, man. This is dedicated to Freddie B, Fred Birdman. What it do, man? We appreciate you. He dropped two seasons of DVDs of Cities of Gold on my tribe, my Shabbat out here, and my children love it, man. We've been watching it, you know what I mean? I make them start their day with it, Freddie B. They have to start their day with it. You know what I mean? They got to get oriented, man. You know what I'm saying? Know what they're searching for. And it's such a good series because it connects a lot of the indigenous artifacts that they were finding along the way with this Esteban or Estebanico that we've already went deep into. Go get the previous drops on Cities of Gold. You know, Esteban the Moor, Esteban Mori, who they called the first non-native to enter Hawiku. We're talking New Mexico. We're talking America. We're talking more and more. Because, he's Azamori from Morocco. So this is a brother who's entering another area of brothers, right? And he ends up getting killed because he's, making up all these lies. He's trying to get their women and they turquoise coppers and all that. But he said that he was, sent by the white man, basically. They didn't believe none of that because, that's so foreign for them to hear something like, this brother's being sent by this white man, these whites, right? So they didn't, dig on that. Plus, you already know it's more and more. We already knew what was going on here. This is the 1500s. So we knew our history from the 900s and 11 and 1200s. And this whole Genghis Khan, Prester John drop. They already got the drop. So they knew what the frequency was when this Estebanico stepped into New Mexico or this Hawaku, which is we're only talking about Quivira, right? We're only talking about Anan, Ania, Priest King, Dawi. We're talking about a Hebrew kingdom, a kingdom of so-called Israelites. I say so-called because they didn't call themselves Israelites. These are titles. We're talking about the seeds of the Creator that's already planted. And this war that went down, they say, 10,000 years ago, this could have went down. This could have went down in the 1200s for all we know. But there's this great land here called Lemuria. I mean, I'm talking all the way from California to Australia, what they call India, all right? All this water, all this Pacific. And then you got on the other side of America, you got Atlantis. So both of this America on the left side, this is America on the right side. So on the right side, you got what they call Atlantis, whether you think it's there in your theory or not. It appears definitely like something's under there, right? And then there's this Greenland connection, which some people connect with Atlantis. You can't fault that at all. I mean, maybe Atlantis slid underneath, slid underneath. And, there's a whole theory about these transitioning land shelves or ice shelves or whatever the case is to where they can, go down and shift to another area or underneath another tectonic something, you know what I mean? So who knows, man? We don't know. But, when you put this together, there's this Mu frequency, which we call like the dragon frequency, right? And then you got the Atlantis frequency, which became Egypt, the first 10 dynastic, dynasties, was coming right out of Atlantis from Egypt. So, Egypt is Atlantis. There's no separation. When you talk Atlas, you're talking Poseidon, you're talking son of Poseidon. You're talking Thoth, Amon, Spell Barrier, Tahuti. All this is coming directly from Atlantis flow, and a lot of it today is still that. And you still have the old time frequency war, the excellent new tune, You know what I mean? You got the 440 snake situation, and then you got the 432 Dracan situation. And this is pretty much the frequency war between Atlantis and Mu that continues today between them and you. And they might look like you, but they might have an excellent new tune frequency. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then you got, you know what I mean, this ancient love song that's popping off with this Califia. So we're going to dig on Califia. We're going to dig on the Chumash, all right? We're going to dig on, you know what I'm saying? We've been digging on Etzanoa, Corvera. These are all connections with cities of gold. We're going to watch an episode, season 2, episode 19, Fair Use. Hold up, man. Where's my Fair Use joint? Love to the homie E. Mays and Eric Sports, man. I love this drop, man. Some great fight drop if you're interested in the fight game. You know, this is how I unwind, man. So, man, let me just see. You know what I'm saying? Some good, you know, martial flow. You know, you can learn a lot just observing the flow. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to bob and weave the hijack, so you better get your fight drop going. Yeah, man. You know, we just doing some teaching, some criticizing. You know what I mean? So everything we dropping, fair use, man. I mean, clearly this is a classroom. Don't disturb our flow. Hey, let's go. So yeah, we gotta talk comments, man, because y'all been dropping some incredible comments, man. As you can see, just go surf the wave, and pretty much any video you're gonna get a great wave, a great flow. We don't tolerate the static. Static is right out the door. It's been like that from the top. So I appreciate the ones that are around today, because we've done, a lot of purification, man. Like the Templar says, it's furnace season. You know what I mean? So the pressure got to get turned up on the hijack. And what's left is the purified substance. And that's what we're witnessing. Now you can witness your own purified substance. Go do it. We ain't jamming you up at all. Go for it, man. Go for it, bro. But if you're witnessing ours and you're in our flow, you know what I mean? And this is something that, you enjoy, you know what I mean? You want to see increase because you feel and you know that this is also you, that we're only digging on you. When we dig on cities of gold, like I said, we had to earn it, man. I didn't come back after my 6-month sit down and come right into cities of gold. Nah, man, we had to dig. We had to find these cities of gold first. We had to dig, deep into the seed. We had to plant some seeds first. So after all that planting and all that digging, all that surfing, we finally have earned the right, to get back and fall back and enjoy this nice cartoon. Yeah, we some grown people digging on cartoons. It's all right. It's all right. Judge me if you want to. But hey, man, this cartoon right here, though, remember, man, it got all these artifacts. It's talking about the jade mask and, all these, high technology flying golden birds, super gold type of gold metal stuff that they can, gold factories, Olmecs, all this stuff is in the cities of gold. They've pretty much taken it down many places, but you can still order DVDs, certain places, and Freddie B hooked us up, and I actually found a link. Man. So, it might be similar to the first link we had way back. This is for season 2 though. Yeah, season 2 link. Last time I dropped it, they took the link down. So everyone started hitting it up. Just email me, just holla at me. Holla at your koala. Don't holla at koalas. Make sure you keep that 9 on you. Andre Iguodala. Okay, man, let's go, man. Love the fabulous, man. FABO. We just surfing the wave. I'm enjoying it. I know we're going to celebrate for President John Fitty. I'm going to get my giveaways, man. Everything set up for a celebration, man. I just want to give a lot of stuff away and appreciation, you know what I mean? Because without your flow, just like these comments here, there's no way that the investigation and the flow and the fun that we're having. We're having so much fun, man. Folks are sitting back, really jealous of the fun. I mean, really feeling some type of way. That we can have a good time and don't even worry about, none of that energy, because being great and being you has always, made folks, feel some type of way, they wonder why you have such a good time and connect so many things and, empty your cup at the same time. They think that you are, arrogant or conceited or egotistic because you're just having a great time connecting so many things. All praise our Creator. And we give all praise to the Creator. So where's the arrogance? You know, all you see is confidence in the Khan dynasty, man. Confidence in the Khan dynasty, man. All praise our Creator. Allah Akbar. Love to Niles die, man. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what we talking about. He said, speaking of our instructions, the anointed David, we've been digging on Priest King Dawid. The anointed David demonstrated it best, and his son Solomon said it best: fear, respect, or awe Hawa, and keep his commandments. From the end of Second Samuel 4, David, the anointed, is held as the model of righteousness for all to copy, and that which one falls short of. First and Second Kings is a demonstration of this. There was but one who followed after David, the anointed, who came close to his obedience to Hawa. What he did is instructional because it, as an action, refers to Torah, 2 Kings 23, verse 3 through 25. What he did is a reoccurring and qualifying event for those obedient to Hawa, and a sign of a changing time throughout Scripture. Now's died, you got the drop. Let's go. Servant of Hawa, Yahweh, drop sessions, increase comprehension. AI, bro. Lori Rosen, Brother Dry, what's the best email to contact you? Like to share a book info. Hey, my sister AI, you've been surfing the wave quite a while, AI. My sister Lori, hit me up. You already know. Music at 432thedrop.com. Or I'm going to start giving this one out because on my phone it's a little easier to access the Gmail, on the phone. So 432thedrop@gmail.com. All right, so music at 432thedrop.com, or just hit me up if you want me to get at you faster. Just hit me up on the Gmail, 432thedrop.com @gmail.com. Only because, I'm able to check it on the mobile a little more streamlined for now. So I'm just trying to give y'all the drop on how to get to the drop. My bro Takum Sa, man, North Indian Wolf, you killing it, bro. Can't wait for 50, and Ben David got the drop. You the man, keep the water flowing. Hey, man, look, man, our Creator has given us the Ha and the Wa, the breath of security. So all praise our Creator, our Mother, our Father, our Frame, our Shaper. We got the drop. We are keeping the water flowing. Hey, hi, my bro. And this is also set off this drop right here because we're gonna go into, like I said, Califia. We're gonna go into the Chumash tribes. All right, we're gonna go into the Santa Monica Mountains. Why? I've seen the remnants of the California kingdoms. They can be found in the Santa Monica Mountains. There's giant heads like Easter Island, a sphinx, and a long retaining wall. Love the Jackie Anthony dropping on that Great Wall of China, and that she's pointing us to Mexico. So we right here again, all right? The truth can't be hidden forever. Love the producer, for real. Hey, man, it's all real. Ralph Worley said, damn right, thou shalt not bear false witness. Shell back of Turtle Island, the great serpent has returned. Dracan, let's go. Peep, gang, peoples, Ohio. We here, baby. We here, nigga. Yeah, man. Now we ready, man. Fair use in your caboose. Fair use in their caboose bone, man. Let's go, man. We just talking weird California, man. Oh, wow. Shout out to Dreamy. Shout out to the producer, Dreamy. This Drop City Vibe is brought to you by Dreamy. This is Drop City Vibe, hit number 35. Get it, straight from 432 to Drop Radio, man. All right? Get the app. If you had the app, you'd be in Drop City right now, enjoying the Drop City Vibes by Dreamy. Let's go. Hawa, the land of Mu. Lost city of the Lemurians. Lemuria, Mu. All right, that's what we started with, right? Let's see where we at. So we started with, right, Lemuria, right, Mu, all the same, all the same, all the same. All this is Mu. All right, just consider all this Mu. Then you have Atlantis. And there was a war, and there's a frequency war that exists, and this is what a lot of Confederacy Psalms 83 is about. Let's go. Land of Mu, lost city of Lemurians. On the western edge of the Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area. Hold up, hold up, man. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so the bro producer for real said, I've seen the remnants of the California kingdoms. They can be found in the Santa Monica Mountains. So we're talking about Califia, man. Let's go. On the western edge of the Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area, not far from the tiny beach houses of Malibu. So we're going to connect Malibu, Santa Monica, all this is the same thing, all right? Lies what one researcher believes may be the most spectacular hidden archaeological site in North America. So we are substantiating the family producer for real, who said that they've seen, that they've witnessed, all right, remnants of the California kingdoms. They can be found in the Santa Monica Mountains. Giant heads, a sphinx, and we're going to see evidence of this. We're going to substantiate you, bro. We're going to validate you, bro. Let's go. Long retaining wall. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's get jazzy, man. Let's jazz this thing up a little bit. You know, let's jazz it up a taste. I don't want to be uncouth. I don't want to be uncouth. Most spectacular hidden archaeological site in North America. The bro producer for real said, I see this evidence of this kingdom. Robert Stanley, a journalist and publisher of UNICUS magazine, had traveled around the world in search of ancient mysteries and lost ruins, but he never suspected that he'd find the remnants of a lost world, man. And hey, man, I don't know if y'all peeped that Dora the Explorer Lost World thing. I was disappointed, man. I thought they was really going to bring out way more drop. They just got an old-ass teenage Dora going through New York City, fish out of water, getting jammed up, going to parties and stuff, you know what I mean? She's popping pills. Nah, man, I'm just playing. But yeah, you know, it was just weird, man. You know, it just didn't have to, you know what I mean? I thought they was going to go in. And it's not something that I'll have my children watch because she's just old and lonely and depressed. You know, it just makes a depressed ass Dora, you know, teen depression. She's in high school. It just makes no sense, man. All right, anyway, man. We're talking lost cities, though. So he's traveled around the world in search of the ancient mysteries and lost ruins, but he never suspected that he'd find the remnants of a lost world almost literally in his own backyard and on the slopes of these chaparral-covered mountains that bisect the Los Angeles basin. 1985, Stanley was hiking through the Santa Monicas. All right, so if you ever been to LA, you know Santa Monica Pier, big Ferris wheel. You know what I mean? Just had my children over there the other day. Man, all right, so when he began to notice odd and unnatural looking formations in Santa Monica Mountains. Formations in the western reaches around the Los Angeles-Ventura County line, he noted gauches that looked like sculpted ramparts, stone walls on rocky hills never occupied by houses or livestock, and floor-like flat surfaces, excuse me, at the top of the wind-swept peaks. There was also a huge rock outcropping that resembled the outline of a human face staring out to the Pacific, which Stanley dubbed the Sphinx. We're going to have to see this, man. We're going to have to dig something up on this. Researching the history and lore of the area, Stanley found a local Chumash Indian legend of a first people who had lived in the mountains long before the Chumash arrived. Okay. So who's now covering this up? Who's now the gatekeeper? Because I don't know about the ancient Chumash. You know what I'm saying? All I think about is the, hijack today, the, Chumash casinos and stuff like that. It's pretty much the quote unquote Native American proxy for real, for real. And I'm not saying everybody connected to the Chumash tribe is a hijack. I'm just saying, that's all we get, But they're even saying, and this lets you know, Chumash, this lets you know that no, you're not the first there when you talk to ancient ones and the OGs, you know what I'm saying? You're not the first there, So because you're occupying the land, it ain't your land. You're occupying like like your predecessor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's go. So Stanley found a local Chumash Indian legend of a first people. So they're not the first people. They're digging on legends of a first people. So when we talk about being the first people and being originals, being the copper color Americans, being the Khan dynasty, we're talking first people. We're talking, we're talking Mu, right? We're talking Mu, and it appears that when we talk the OG Vortex, we talk Hebrew Israelites and Moses and all this, a lot of this frequency appears to be connecting to this, pinpoint area here as far as the origin of it. Not Africa. I'm talking about the land you don't see no more, way over here, in the ends of the earth, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? This is the end of the earth as far as they're concerned. Because they have to first they got to get out of here, right? Because there's levels to the hijack. So you got the Atlantean hijack. We got that Thoth Tahuti, Thoth Amon spell barrier, Zeus, all the stuff we dodging. Excellent new tune. We got it. Now, before they even got out, before Columbus and anyone can look over here and do anything, they were stuck. This is the current hijack, right? This is the hijack, that has led into their, Papal Bull, and, what I'm saying, manifest destiny, you know what I'm saying? So before that hijack can get loose, these dark Naga Atlanteans, nigga Naga Atlanteans, but these were more serpent people or snake energy, you know what I'm saying? This is more dragon energy over here. This is dragon, this is snake. Dragon, snake, dragon, snake. So you could talk, dragons like the Garden of Eden that was then cursed to be on its belly. All right, so that's Atlantis. All right. Now, they still got power though, right? They still got power. They got mucho power, right? And they're keeping all this current hijack here, right? They're keeping them in the mountains. They're keeping them in the Caucasus, right? Now you got Prester John, right? Who got the anion situation. He got 3 Indias and all that. He's keeping Gog and Magog in check. All of them is still coming with this Atlantean idol, hijack a lot of the same gods, a lot of the same bullshit. So this is what the war is going on, whether you're talking Russia and the Rus and the Pigs connected, into obviously, they call Barry Strait over here, but now we're just talking Annie, all right? Anan to the Anan kingdoms, and now we're talking Anan Ben David, back to Prester John. Bang. So that's all we're talking about. So I just want you to kind of, see that visual. Let's go back. So when they talk of remnants of a lost world, that's all we're talking about. Remnants of a lost world. We're talking the ancient love song, excellent new tune. You're talking the Chumash, who's telling you that the first people aren't them. So the first people lived in the mountains long before the Chumash arrived. So we had some Nagas in the mountains long before they came. All right, the Chumash said that these mystery people were long gone. Now, I want you to fast forward this whole Atlantean thing, all right, and just to thinking about the recent hijack and how you would be long gone. The only way you can be long gone in the hijack of today, calling themselves whatever on your lands. Remember, the Chumash is saying they're not the first people, but there's a legend of the first people who are mystery people who are now long gone. Remember the definition of the Hohokam, right? The Hohokam is those who have disappeared, right? Here we go again, people who have disappeared. Same thing as Anasazi, right? Same thing as these Toltecs, these Sylvanus Toltecas. This is all Israel, my people. This is all Israel, all right? But certain of their artifacts, crystalline sculptures of strange animals and the like, could be found in certain mountainous caves. And with the Anasazi, we just called it out. We right on point. Let's go. All praise to Wah. As with the Anasazi ruins of the Southwest, the first people's remains were avoided by the local Indians. Local Indians. Local Indians. Oh man, where's my flashlight? Local Indians. I'm not sure that helps. I'm not sure that helps on this black background. But yo, man, local Indians, man, you see it, man. You see it, man. So the local Indians, you know what I mean? When you have these Nagas waking up and they can look at a 1828 Noah Webster dictionary and they say, what's the definition? What's the definition in 1828 of an American? The first thing it says is the copper color races found here by the European. We know what copper is. Don't act like it's some super light yellow tan thing. It is dark, deep, ruddy brown. And we know what these Negroes are. And we know that they didn't come from Africa. These Negroes over here did not come from over here. They're connecting to ancient lands, man. And that's the secret. They're connecting to an ancient dynasty of a priesthood. That's where you get your Melchizedeks. That's where you get your frequency, your dragon flow. You know what I mean? These are the vortexes, Mount Shasta, all that, Sedona, Arizona, all that, all this. This is all connected back to the Bermuda Triangle and all that. You know what I mean? All this energy, man. And we don't have to venerate dragon energy. Dragon energy is energy. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be outside of ourselves and say, oh, well, you know, what are you trying to say? The Most High is a dragon and you're venerating Hey, man, we're talking energy, frequency, vibration. And when you read Psalms 18 and David is crying out and Hawa hears him with his ears and he, you know, comes down on the wings of the wind, breathing out fire out of his mouth and smoke out of his nose. It's not a veneration that needs to take place. We're just talking about energy, frequency, and vibration. And anything you're seeing a clearer picture of the different forms this energy can take. And that when you talk Drakan, you're talking the wind, man. When you talk Drakan, man, you're talking the flow. You know what I'm saying? So all the flow, the fire, the water, the ether, the earth, all that is combined, the elements, the avatar. You got no understanding of the elements if you don't have understanding of the Drakan or what they call the Kundalini rising within yourself or the chakras, you know, the energy centers on the earth, matching the energy centers within your body. That's not science, man. That's Hawa. That's the breath. That's the image. That's Genesis 1:26. Create man in our image, right? What's the image? What's the earth? What's the earth? The earth is one body. The body with the chakras, with the vortexes. Outside, inside, outside, inside. Inside of you is the same vortexes. What's the mastery? What's the energy? What are we putting together? That there's vortexes at war with other vortexes, or at least there's hijack that's at war with the Earth's vortexes. So this Atlantis hijack don't belong here. This is a declaration of war, right? By this Tahuti, by this Thoth spell barrier. That's why he had to put up his staff to put a ray of vibration, slave vibration on the people in the Emerald tablets. Over here in, what do you call, the land of the barbarians, the land of the hairy barbarians. He had to go to Barbaria. This is what they're saying in the Emerald Tablets. It's what Thoth is saying. Then you can find the map that has Barbaria over North Africa. He went to the land of the hairy barbarians, put up his staff, put a slave vibration on the people, had them cowering at his display of magic sciences, cowering at his feet. He turned them into a ray of stone. It's the same slave vibration, and this is not natural, or else you wouldn't have to put these people under a spell. And that's why we got the Thoth-Amon spell barrier in South America. This is hijack going on. So this is one body. There's a virus hitting it here. But this virus of nigga nagas, you know what I'm saying, is putting, all this in check, and they couldn't leave the Pillars of Hercules or the Straits of Gibraltar. This was their inner sea. Go check out Insular Worlds, a series we did in 2000, I think 16 or 17. Just go king drop, con drop, whatever's under Insular Worlds, all right? It's a whole series on this. We did a whole series called The Sinking of Egypt. Go dig on that. You know what I mean? This is all drop that you can go and our whole entire track record and see how we got to this point right here and tell us where, we are, crisscrossing illegally. You know what I'm saying? Everything we're coming is at the right crossroads at the right time. This investigation has been pure water the whole time. All you've seen is build, go from one, crossroads to another crossroads and build, tribe up, build, get some land, build, Now we can say, look, we can do that. What else can we do? All right, let's go. We keep being moving water, not just one thing, not just one way. Surf the wave, man. This is the third wave. Don't get washed up in all this water, man. We talking a frequency war. For sure, for sure. For sure. Let's get a little bit more. So, the Chumash Indian legend of the first people who had lived in the mountains long before the Chumash arrived. All right. So again, it's not calling the Chumash whole tribe a hijack. I'm just saying they're clearly connected to something. It's maybe the original Chumash, have a connection with these original first people. But are the Chumash of today the same Chumash that they're saying arrived in 3000 BC? Put it together. They say before the Chumash arrived in around 3000 BC. The Chumash, man, we're talking Cali, right? Right? We're talking Cali. So who lived here in 3000 BC? The hijack calling themselves Chumash today with casinos and stuff? They've been there since 3000 BC. Whoever they're talking about was there in 3000 BC was definitely must have been connected with these first people, right? They were there in 3000 BC. And we're talking 3000 BC, we're definitely talking Lemuria. And we're definitely talking Atlantis. Let's go. The Chumash said that these mystery people were long gone, like the Hohokam, but certain of their artifacts, crystalline sculptures, and strange animals and the like could be found in certain mountain caves, as with the Anasazi ruins of the Southwest. The first people's remnants were avoided by the local Indians. So whoever is local Indians today getting offended by the fact that you're the real American, that you're the real Anasazi, the real Hohokam, the real first people, don't get mad, local Indian. You know you're not the first people. Stop it. What was most intriguing about the Chumash legend to Stanley was the story of the first people's demise. The Chumash claimed that the civilization had been called Mu. Oh yeah, cities of gold. So we're just talking Mu. The Chumash, according to Stanley, all right, this Chumash legend was the story of the first people's demise. He said the Chumash claimed that the civilization had been called Mu and had been wiped out by a catastrophic flood. Back to the floods, right? Now, is this Noah's flood? Are we talking the flood of 899 that lasted 600 years? This exactly paralleled the legend of Lemuria, the lost continent of the Pacific. The lost continent of the Pacific. Now, how you know you ain't from here? How you know you ain't from here? Connected to all this, all these Marukas, who would name this something different from this when this is really connected to that? This is all one thing. Your lineage is deep. The Khan dynasty goes deep, man. The waters run deep. Now, geologists and oceanographers believe that the end of the Ice Age, Malibu sea levels was at least 200 feet lower than today. So they had lower sea levels, which means that you will be able to see more of what's inside or what's going on. Imagine if the water Drop down 200 feet. You might see a whole civilization. This would have made the Channel Islands and far western extension of the Santa Monicas and allow for a large lowland region, the Mu of the legend, to exist in what's now the California coastal shelf of the Pacific Ocean. So everything in the Pacific will be Mu. This is the dragon flow, the dragon frequency. At least this is the frequency that it appears to have begun from what we know and the earth we know. You know what I'm saying? At this point in the investigation. But you see how they're fitting this all together, that you just slide this on up. You just slide this on up to match up to this little shelf right here. And you just lining up to California, man. You're lining up to Mexico, right? You're lining up all throughout Peru, right? So that's why you got this kingdom of Anion that's here, that's here. All this is Mu. It's all Mu, man. We're just talking about the land of Mu, the land of Mu. The Malibu sea level was at least 200 feet lower than today. This would have made the Channel Islands a far western extension of Santa Monica's and allowed for the large lowland region, the Mu of the legend, to exist in what's now the California coastal shelf of the Pacific Ocean. That prehistoric peoples lived in this area is beyond dispute. It's not disputable that prehistoric first people lived in this area. One of North America's oldest human remains, the 13,000-year-old Channel Islands woman, was found in Santa Rosa Island, 25 miles west of Malibu. 25 miles west of Malibu, California. They found the world's oldest human remain. One of North America's oldest human remain. 13,000, they say, years old. Let's go. Stanley thinks that Mu's lowlands were wiped out by the rising post-age sea levels, the higher regions of the civilization, whose trace he says still exist in the Santa Monicas, may have been destroyed by a tsunami, a fast-moving, powerful tidal wave created by an earthquake or a collapse. We're just talking about the sinking of Atlantis, man. We're just talking about the sinking of Atlantis. Such a wave would have devastated coastal hillside settlements and left countless tons of silt and debris. Mu may be the California equivalent of underwater archaeological site like Japanese Yanaguni, Egypt's Alexandria, or Wisconsin's Rock Lake. Stanley believes that the Malibu site most closely resembles Peru's Marca Hawassi. Wait. Yo, this link got some some breadcrumbs up in here. The oldest woman. I want to check that out, another time. This Channel Islands woman. That's major drop. This Peru's Marca Hawassi. It's another underwater drop. A strange ancient place high in the Andes that boasts a giant stone face of humanity that resembles Mu's Sphinx. Whoa, didn't the fam just say that they done witnessed something, man? I've seen the remnants of California's kingdoms. They can be found in Santa Monica's remains. Their giant heads, a sphinx, and long retaining wall. Right now, we on the Sphinx, man. Hey, man, producer for real. Got the drop. Face of humanity that resembles Mu's Sphinx, man. Although he has become an expert on the Mu site, and has involved both professional and lay people in exploration of the area, Robert Stanley has not revealed the exact locations of the area's most peculiar features, fearing their destruction by vandals or curiosity hunters. So they're keeping this far under wraps. They're keeping California under wraps. They're keeping Mu. They're keeping Mu under wraps, man. They're keeping Mu under wraps, man. Oldest human remain in North America. When this is the old world, this is old. You know what I mean? That's just body bag. All right, so we're talking Sphinx, we're talking all kinds of stuff, right? Let's check this link out before we get to the cities of gold. Let's go, man. Patrols stepped up, looters plague ancient Indian artifact sites, a rash of looting. This is from the LA Times. At ancient Chumash Indian. All right, so the Chumash Indians of today appear to be the gatekeepers of a lot of this archaeological business. They're trying to say, no. We're keeping it under wraps over here. Now, all praise to Wa, because Wa, uses everybody, right? So, in no way am I, coming down on the current Chumash. I'm just saying they're definitely gatekeepers of our first people archaeology. Archaeological finds in the Santa Monica Mountains has prompted stepped up patrols of ancient village sites and burials grounds by state park rangers. So 7 suspected artifact thieves and grave robbers were arrested in recent weeks, including 3 who have been caught twice digging up. Look at this, 1,000-year-old items considered to be irreplaceable. Now, what are these items? We don't know if they're digging up swords. We don't know what they're digging up over here. Scepters? What are they digging up that's irreplaceable? So when you watch this Cities of Gold episode, just know that there's stuff that you don't know about. There's stuff that they're keeping under wraps. There's stuff that they're finding that they're keeping to themselves. Robert Stanley has not revealed the exact locations of the area's most peculiar features, fearing their destruction by vandals. Or you just want to keep it to yourself, so you're not going to reveal the exact locations, right? And now you got these cats digging up 1,000-year-old items considered irreplaceable. But we don't know what these items are. The increased surveillance, somebody's hip to it. Somebody trying to get the drop. All right. Reportedly, inhabitants by Indians between 900, back to the Anasazi Ho Gone, my people, all throughout Cali, same thing. In the 1830s, what happens in the 1830s? Well, what happened in 1812? We got the war. We got the war of the Tecumseh War, right? Tecumseh War. And then we got the Common of Tecumseh, 1811, 1812. So all this Tecumseh drop is happening right at this time. The Chickamauga is still scrapping with these hijack invaders over here, for this particular government of today, going to war against the Cherokee, Chickamauga, dragging canoeing in. All this is 1800s. The now buried village lies in the proposed path of the new main entrance to the 7,000-acre Malibu Creek State Park. Under pressure from the Indians, work on the road has been suspended to allow state archaeologists to evacuate the site this week for evidence of human remains. They still digging Nagas up. Man. What else we got, man? We just surfing away. You got the links, dig them up, because the fam said that what? One more time, what the fam producer for real say? I've seen remnants of the California kingdoms. They can be found in the Santa Monica Mountains. There's giant heads like Easter Island, a Sphinx. Got it. Giant heads, Sphinx. And here we go. This is in Malibu, man. Malibu. That's where all the movie stars live, right? Malibu. So you got these giant heads. You see the ears. You see the joint out. They're comparing it to some drop in India. Not knowing that we are already digging on India Superior. So whatever you're finding in India is the third India, or the Superior India, which is only connected to, Mu, Lemuria. This is India Superior connected to Lemuria. And this Atlantis has no business being here. So either we're talking man-made island, right? Or we're just talking about a hijacked area that was a home base, for Poseidon's people, if you know what I'm saying. Let's go. For Zeus's pantheon, if you know what I mean. Dodge the excellent new tune at all costs, because it's been war on you. If it ain't, if you want to make believe that there's no war on you, no frequency war, you don't see the hijack. You don't see the god of war that they brought to put, any type of invasion, any type of, new tuning into your ancient love song, just jamming up your wave. I mean, you got to give the hijack some type of credit, right? If you don't know who you are at all today, you might need to go back to the root. Let's go. And right here at the root, right here in Cali, right here in Malibu, just like in Mexico, you see giant heads. And they're comparing this with the Olmec head. Check it out. Giant heads. Look at the lips, look at the nose. This one, you don't see no features, huh? You don't see no features. They do that on purpose. Uh-oh, Malibu. And the difference is, with the with the Egypt one, there's folks that have done drops that this is really Anubis. This is really Anubis, and this is really a dog. And this would be the neck. And then they chop the head off, basically, and then they use this area of the neck to scope out, whatever new features and face they want. But this would really be the, a neck to a dog, which is the Anubis. But in Malibu, all right, you have, either a human face or a lion face, you know what I'm saying? But it looks like it's lying down. These would be the hind legs or something like that. This is in Malibu. I never seen this though, man. You know what I mean? So this is the Robert Stanley guy, man. Dropping his drop. And you can dig on, more about it. But you see these heads, right? You see the Sphinx type of situation. Right here in Malibu. We're just talking about Mu. Then he gets into his journey and all this about seeing this. He said he saw a man. What was this? He had an out of body experience. Oh man. He saw a luminous man around these Santa Monica mountains to see if he could make further contact with the luminous man who claimed to be my father. I don't know, man. Maybe you just ran into the priest gang. I don't know. I don't know what you ran into, bro. But you over here searching in our backyard, searching for artifacts. We just talking cities of gold, man. We will be digging more on Edzanoa, Megalithic Monuments of Mu. All right, so, here's some more Robert Stanley drop. Digging on these heads. I'm just leading you to the water. What little we know comes from the Chumash. Back to the Chumash, who lived in the area for 5,000 years. So you think the ones from 5,000 years ago are the ones there today? They say so, but of course, they also say they're not the first people. Yeah, man. We're just talking Mu. And, I'm just surfing the wave with y'all, man. I'm seeing, Awa. Map courtesy of the Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History. I like maps. I like these maps. Wenemu. This is Wenemu. Mu-woo. You see Mu-woo. Le-mu. We-ma. We-mu. A lot of connection with Mu right here when you were just talking North America. Myself, an archaeologist, friend of mine who shares my belief in the existence of the pre-flood civilizations, are planning another trip to the Malibu ruins with the intent of finding what I believe to be a subterranean cavern system somewhere in the area. Though that sounds perhaps a little outlandish, I have recently read Chumash stories about finding caves in the mountains which contain crystal sculptures of animals. Crystal sculptures. They were all unrecognizable to the Chumash. That is to say, they were animals the Chumash had never seen before. Oh, man. Like dragons and stuff. They also go on to say that the caves were full of things of the first people. Needless to say, this terrified the superstitious Chumash, and they swore to never return to these sorts of places. Yeah, man. We're just talking the Sphinx, man. Hey, I mean, hey, man. Producer for real, told you there's a giant heads like Easter Island, a Sphinx. I haven't really seen the wall drop, but Jackie Anthony is digging on the wall in Mexico, man. You got the links, man. So, Robert Stanley's been dropping some drop on this. This is a high back to my sister, Miss D, in the Copper Color Awakening, who dropped that dragon drop on us about the dragons during the Revolutionary War. And we started digging on this Tamari Wikia, this whole, series, and, some drop that they've been clearly, some dragon drop. Clearly they had some dragon drop. And we got some more sources backing up this dragon during the Revolutionary War. Now, part of that drop came out this character, Jacob Kukwa. Jacob Kukwa, all right? And it says Jacob Kukwa was an American trader from New York who was present at Larakia to purchase goods. He was a Native American heritage, so we talking First Peoples, right? Or we talking, what I'm saying? Well, we're just talking Israel, right? I mean, we're just talking Jacob Kukwa. I mean, we don't have to go crazy, right? Let's go. Now you think this is play. You keep digging. He was a Native American heritage and said his brother had a dragon similar to Kolingel. When you dig on Kolingel, this is a golden dragon. This is going to connect back to these dragon breeding days. Back to these, Robert Bacon days, where they were really breeding dragons, to be super big and fly super far. So they'll breed a dragon that was, big and warlike and strong, with a dragon that, was known for flying long distances, and they'll make a new dragon and a new species, and this stuff was really popping off. Another substantiating source says the Iroquois hatched at least 32 dragons in New York City alone. It had a certain date to it. I want to say it had to be in the 20th century, the 1900s, I believe. So you have the Iroquois that's deeply involved with the hatching of dragons. But the question was, how did the hijack overcome all these dragons? And it said they must have had help from other tribes that had dragons. And that's when you go back to the Moor War. That's when you go back to the Atlantis and Mu War. Because they both had dragon drop. Even though they're in the snake frequency, they both had dragon drop. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. So then, back to these Chumash, though. It says he planned to take the goods he bought from California and asked the Chumash to fly it across the Rockies rather than sail the dangerous Cape Horn route. So this Jacob Kukwa had a dragon so big that the entire Chumash tribe, now you're not talking the Chumash of today, because remember, they're scared to death. The Chumash said, man, we ain't going by this, we ain't going nowhere around here no more. Needless to say, this terrified the superstitious Chumash, and they swore to never return to these sorts of places. Now, are you talking about the same superstitious, terrified Chumash right here? I don't think so. Because these people know, these Chumash know about the dragons, right? They're not terrified. He planned to take the goods he bought to California. We're just talking Santa Monica, Malibu. Come on, we're just talking Mu. And asked the Chumash to fly it across the Rockies, Colorado, rather than sail the dangerous Cape Horn route. Take my dragon, Chumash. Take my dragon, man. And this connects to a whole link of drops. So you're gonna have a lot of fun digging on, this whole series, this whole Temeraire series, and a lot to do with the dragons during the Revolutionary War. But the Chumash, the whole tribe was hopping on Jacob's dragon. So you're not talking about the current, we're not talking about the hijack. We're talking about the ancient, man. We're talking about the first people, man. A couple of more links, man. We're gonna get groovy in the cities of gold. Man, let me check my clock. Oh yeah. We good. We cozy. That's what we are. We cozy. Now, if you don't know about the Chumash, here's a couple of links that can take you places. What's this, man? Look like a dragon over here. What's going on? Look like a dragon right there. They just popping up with dragons on us, man. They know. See, this is that Google analytic thing. You know what I'm saying? They know we digging on Dracan, and all of a sudden they want to put, dragon, images, man. All right, man, let's go. They playing with us. So the Chumash hopped on Jacob's dragon. Now remember, he had a dragon similar to what they call it, Colingale. Hold up, man. What's this, man? Okay, so you want to hijack? You want to hijack it, bro? You want to hijack it, bro? Come on, man. Now he had a dragon similar to Colingale, right? Jacob Kukwa, Native American heritage. He's an American. He's a copper color Khan. He said his brother had a dragon similar to Colingale. So what kind of dragon do you hop on? What kind of dragon does a whole tribe hop on? I mean, you got to dig on these series because they got a lot of drop that they're putting in there. Colingale was born, out of a too small egg. As a result, he came out small without his air sacs being inflated. When we got this before, specifically, what does it say? Colingale means all is well. So he survived longer than expected. He ate a great deal, put on a lot of weight. He got his weight up. He became a heavyweight dragon. I'm just skimming through it. The aviators had initially wanted Colingale killed, became jealous and resentful of the mane, but the dragon had already formed an attachment with the boy. So obviously you see Colingale, this depiction, he's a golden dragon. So when he said my brother got a dragon like Colingale, he said my brother got a golden dragon, man. He had a reedy voice at hatching. It was never much deepened as he grew. Instead, he was described much like an echo or several people speaking at once. Not formerly part of the aerial corps. Remember, they were putting together an this is before the Navy. This is a dragon aerial corps. Even Hitler, man, just go watch P-51 Dragon Fighter, something like that. Go watch P-51 Dragon Fighter, man. You see dragons with swastikas on them, because even Hitler was getting down. That's what the whole vril, sorcery thing with that. The girls that can communicate with the dragons and stuff like that. That was the vril with the Hitler drop. All right, so Colingale was free to journey with Temier and Lawrence to South America in hopes of restoring peace between the Swana and the Portuguese colonies there. Come on, man. They are, what I'm saying, weaving their way into plenty of drop and then just have fun with this, site. See, they took a lot of stuff down. This article, Swana, does not exist. It used to exist. It used to exist, man. But, you dig on it. The name Chumash, all right, may have come from the word the tribe used to refer to the inhabitants of one of the Santa Barbara Channel Islands. So they're saying the OG inhabitants, the people called themselves the first people. Although many tribal elders today say that Chumash means bead maker or seashell people, the Spanish used the word Chumash to refer to every group of Native Americans living on these islands and along the southern coast of California. So all the indigenous people living along California, they call them all Chumash. That's what the Spaniards did. All of them is Chumash. Chumash are sometimes called the Santa Barbara Indians. So when we dig on Santa Barbara and this kingdom in there, then we know that we're digging directly into what they're calling the Chumash, but in reality, man, we're just talking first people. And when you talk first people, you're talking first people. You're talking first people. You're talking Mu, you're talking California, you're talking Califia, you're talking Hawaku, you're talking Ania, you're talking Quivera, you're talking Septimania, you're talking cities of Grand Canyon. It's all making sense. This is why we keep digging on the cities of gold. This is why we had to earn our way. We had to earn our way back to the cities of gold, man. And this is just a little extra for you to dig on. Storyteller keeps Chumash ways alive in word deed. All right, this is also from the LA Times. He calls his father a warrior, remembering a time in the 1950s when he took his 3 dark-skinned boys to get mohawk haircuts. Back then, showing off their family's Native American heritage in Hanford, a small Central California dairy farm community. That was an act of courage. So when you talk Chumash, when you talk the real spill Chumash, you're not talking, anything you're seeing, any proxy. You're talking about the dark-skinned boys. The dark-skinned boys. He said, play. He took his 3 dark-skinned boys, all right, to get mohawk haircuts, man, just to, snap it back to the OG, ho-ho con, the people that disappeared. We're talking the first peoples, who they call Chumash, over here in Cali, over here connected all throughout these corners of the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? You can go Pacific all the way down to Peru. We're still talking Chumash, if you know what I mean. Dark-skinned boys. But Alan Shalazar would prefer that his children think of him as a village's fastest runner, a man of conviction who spreads messages of truth about the Chumash people who inhabited Ventura, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and Los Angeles counties before the Europeans arrived. So this is hijack free. Shalazar or Spirit Hawk. Spirit Hawk is an active member of the Chumash and Tataviam, almost sound like Tatar, tribes who lead spiritual prayers and watches over ancient burial sites. Okay. So, go dig some more on this Spirit Hawk, Shalazar. Almost sound like Shalamanazar, right? All right. And this is interesting right here, man. Is this the one? Let's see. This is from edhat.com. We're just talking Chumash, man. Just talking Chumash. So they're just showing you some sites, the Dos Pueblos, Chumash. Okay. Dos Pueblos, you already know Pueblos, same thing, first peoples. European explorers nicknamed the area Dos Pueblos because there were 2 Chumash villages. So 2 villages of people called Chumash, which are just dark-skinned boys, right? Dark-skinned first peoples. The Khans. 2 villages in question were 10 miles west of Goleta. At this picturesque location on the coast, they were called Mikiu and Kikuyamu. Man, back to that map that AD dropped on us, man. All that to get back to this, bro. All that to get back to the map, bro. So right here, you see the Kara lines. Remember we talked about the Kara Katai. And there's Kara lines. The Karian. You see this Kara coming right out of Mu, right? Through South America, right? Into this whole West Africa region, which is still our people. That's why we still got people here. You see this whole situation going in all through into Europe, into Russia, right? All this is Karian or Karium. All these are, here's the Negroid lines, man. Talk about the Amazon. Talk about the Maranan, the Anan. All right, talk about Mu. We're just talking the Karamu. So we talk North America, you talk Pacific. You got other lands, man. And there's multiple maps, many maps giving you very similar tribe. But this Carian and his the Carolinas, one of the piece of the sisters said, who said, what's the definition of the Carolinas? Well, we know the Car means black, right? Like the Car Katai is Cathay, which means pure, like pure black. And Car don't necessarily mean black, like we think black. It just means, colored, copper colored, melanated, you know what I'm saying? So that's all we're talking about is a melanated people, a pure melanated people, and a pure lines that you can trace, man, of the Cariad or the Cariad or the Cara Cathay, Cara Katai. Yeah, man. And it's a whole sea right here, right in the middle of South America, like, like water going right through it, man. So we talking Amazon, what we really talking about over here, man? What's really popping, man, like the AD. We just getting to the bottom of things. It's Mu. Didn't we see that on this map too? It's Guni Kuzi. Oh no, it was another map that we saw. Not sure if we still got that up or not, but yeah, we saw that. It had like a whole nother not yet. Okay. All right. So again, you got the Kaya Mu, right? So we're just talking Mu, right? Or the Muku. And they said it's two separate villages, 10 miles apart, but they're all Chumash. Dodge the hijackers. This is not the first peoples that they found here. These aren't the dark-skinned boys we talking about. These aren't the Kara we talking about. These aren't the Kara black we talking about. The people Miku thought to be descendant of the Shoshone tribe. You already know what you're talking about when you talk Shoshone. Those people being tall, slender, light complexion. Come on, man. Who's going to tell you a whole tribe is light complexion in California? Cali means black. Dodge the hijack. The Kaya Moons were thought to be from the Aztec. So we're still talking Toltec. We're still talking Joshua. Descent. We're still talking Moshe. Short, thick, and dark skin. All right, now we're back to the dark skin, right? So first we had the dark skin boys. I took my dark-skinned boys to get mohawk haircuts, man, because I'm just talking about the Chumash, right? We're just talking to Kumar. I took my dark-skinned boys to get the mohawks, man. Darker skin, the Kuamoons. So when you say dark-skinned boys, Chumash, and we know that these Kuamoons are what? Remember, this is two villages. Dos Pueblos, because there's two Chumash villages right next to each other. All right, one of them is the Miku, one of them is the Kuyamu. So the Kuyamu is a Chumash village. And this Kuyamu village has dark-skinned people, which is why Shalazar or Spirit Hawk can take his dark-skinned boys to get mohawk haircuts. Oh, man. And this here, hold up. Okay. This is off of tribeexchange.com. Kumar's tribal chairman has water on his mind. Now, this is just kind of something where one of those things you just can't make up, man. One of the ways Chumash Indians recognize their heritage is with the annual Intertribal Powwow. All right, so they got their little hijack powwow still popping today. But it say last year marked the tribe's 22nd annual celebration. 22nd. So for the last 22 years. But you're talking about a tribe that goes back 5,000 years when you connect these first peoples of Mu. We're talking about the people of Mu and the frequency war between Mu and Atlantis that we're about to get out of this cartoon a little clearer. And you're going to see how deep this shit is, man. You're gonna see how deep it goes with Tao, with the homie Tao. Tao ain't messing around with no Atlanteans, homie. Tao is Atlantis free, man. He's hijack free, man. That's why I can dig on Tao, because with Tao, you're just talking about the mark, right? The sign, the mark. Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. Chumash Indian tribe of California. Let's go. What does it say? Hold on. Not yet. First, we gotta get this. Last year marked the tribe's 22nd annual celebration in which people from across North America participated in dancing drumming competitions. We get about 5,000 people over a 2-day period that attended, says Kenneth Khan. I can't make this shit up. So they still got a Khan. They still got someone with the last name Khan. All right, 2-day. Now we know that this is probably not the OG hijack free Khan, but we definitely know that this can't just, I just can't make this up. That that there's a Khan over this tribe right now. You know what I mean? Who got the Khan? Who got the Khan? You think Kenneth Khan is just moseyed his way up to being the tribal chairman? The tribal chairman of the Chumash Indians? This Khan is the tribal chairman? This Khan, this Kenneth, this Ken is Khan, Khan is the tribal chairman? All right, man, I just thought that was interesting. Let's go. Onlytribal.com, Chumash Indian tribe of California, facts, history. There's more history for you, when you want to dig it up. Chumash people are a Native American tribal group inhabiting the California coast and the south and central part of the country. Their name stands for Seashell People or bead makers. We just got before that people are going to try to tell you that their name stands for beads and seeds, right? Where would we get that? This actually got a lot of drink. I mean, look, man, they got us in museums, man, like animals. Only hijacks put you in their museums. You know what I'm saying? The Chumash lived at Dos Pueblos reported. Oh, they were seen as troublemakers. They were seen as troublemakers. Some witnesses described seeing them with scouts from Chumash they had killed. The villagers of those Pueblos are also victims of raid, and one reporter says the attacker came from inland, specifically Mu. They try to make the dark-skinned people, some type of savages, right? They try to flip the script. Oh, they were so friendly. They were so eager to share their paradise with strangers. That's the hijack, man. They were eager to share their paradise with strangers. The name Chumash may have come from the word the tribe used to refer to the inhabitants of the Santa Barbara Channel Islands. And then it says the people call themselves the first people. Although many tribal elders say that the Chumash means bead or seashell people. All right, so what are this? Bead, seashell? Are they calling themselves Chumash? I mean, I don't know. The Spaniards called everybody Chumash along the southern coast of California. That's what we do now. So yeah, you got them saying the same thing, bead makers, probably because they inhabited the coast of South Santa Barbara, St. Barbara, and mostly indulge in manufacturing, trading beads. All right. And then you can look at the language, the Chumash. I haven't dug on, this link per se, but I just thought I'd just drop some more Chumash history off for you, man. And of course, dodge the hijack at all costs, because all we're talking about is Califia, California, Queen Califia, the Black Empress of California, black like Cara, black like Cara, black like the Carolinas, love to AD the Truth Seeker. Love to Jide Uwishia. We're just talking California, the land of the ever-living Moorish Empress, California Califia. California was the title of each empress. California was her land. So there were multiple Califias. There's multiple. She was known. We might have to do a whole series like the PJ series, just on Queen Khalifa, man. You know what I mean? We might have to dig. She was known to be black of skin. Dark skinned boys, dark skin, copper color. The copper color races we found here, according to the 1828 Noah Webster Dictionary. She was known to be black of skin. Oh, is that black? Is this black? So when they say black or Kara, they're not talking about bliggity, Shaka war, like in Hebrew it's called Shaka war. They're not talking about the color black. They're just saying that they were melanated, and she's clearly a copper tone, copper color race found here of the Moorish. So this is where they're getting the Moorish from. So, you can call me Mu, but I'm not Mu-ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm of the people of this Mu frequency. But when you talk Mu, you're just talking the Mem. You're talking the Mem. All right, the Mem. The Mu is the Mem. The Mem is the Mu. But we're not Mu-ish, right? Because them over here, they're Mu-ish. They're more ish. But they're really Atlantis, a Mexim, with the permission of the pharaohs. Remember, the Egyptian dynasties are coming out of Atlantis. The Egyptian dynasties are coming out of Atlantis. So with permission of the pharaohs, they have their Mexim, and they can move around, right? With permission of the pharaohs, because they're Mu-ish. But if you're Mu, you don't need permission from Atlantis or the pharaohs of Egypt. If you're Mu, you represent you. You hold down you. You don't need permission of the hijack. We're just talking Priest King Prester John. We're just talking Priest King Prester John, who's keeping the hijack at bay. And now with that out the way, they go crazy today. With the same Atlantis, excellent Neptune, Zeus, you know what I'm saying, Tahuti, Thothisms, you know what I'm saying, all of this connected. Mohammedisms, Thothisms, all of it connected to the Thothimon spell that you're under, that you got to break free of to get back in your spiral. We're talking the Drakan, man. We're talking the Kali. We're talking the Califia. We're talking Mama. A Moorish island ruled by women. It was first mentioned in the records of, and even Columbus has this island that he said he came across, ruled by women. And it said, even in the Prester John drop, that 4 times a year, these women would come over and they would, connect with their man, you know what I mean? And then they'll have their babies. And the women babies, the girl babies, they'll take back with them to the island to raise them as warriors there. And the male babies, they'll leave with their pops and they'll be raised with them. And 4 times a year, they would do this and that. And that's how they rock. I mean, there's different, there's different, stories that are, being retold. Spanish conquistadors told stories about a mystical black Moorish queen, Mu Queen, that ruled the state of California, situated in the same location as the present-day California. The modern-day state of California continues the legacy and the memory of this great copper color queen. All right, this queendom. All right, Califia, Queen of California, painted by Arthur Wright. We dropped that before. We dropped our Cali Street, Texas hard. Love to natural, love to mob. We just surfing the wave. Khalifa means God's ruler. The story of Khalifa was later narrated in the book, The Adventures of Esplandian. Man, we got to get that drop. A book written in the 1500s, probably based on stories gleaned from the Moorish seamen of Spain, Portugal, Holland, Belgium, and England. Khalifa is introduced as a regal Moorish black woman, courageous, strong of limb, and large in person, full in the bloom of a womanhood, the most beautiful of a long line of queens who ruled over the mythical rim of California. We're talking Hawaii. We're going back to the Kamehameha. We got a lot of drop to return to. We're just talking our queens, our sisters, and we're just talking cities of go. All right, man. Let's get cozy, man. Hold on, man, and make sure I didn't Make sure I still got my Cities of Gold drop. Make sure I still got my Cities of Gold drop. Where I put it? Where'd it go? Okay. Woo! Wee! Thought I lost my Cities of Gold link. You know how hard it is to get these links, man. You know how hard we gotta work to get these links for you. If you want this one, though, I'm not gonna drop it right here. Holla at me, man. 432thedrop at gmail.com or music at 432thedrop. But hit up the Gmail, you know what I mean? That's gonna hit me up faster for the most part. But you can hit either one. It's all G. It's all G. It's all G. All right, we gonna belly fly. Love to Freddie B, man, who dropped the DVDs on us. We love you, Freddie. Hey, bro. We gonna belly fly in episode 19 of season 2. One more game for them. This is just for them. This is just for them. This is for the watchers. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video disc under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. We don't need your authorization. Why? Because fair use. All right, this infringement of copyright is called fair use and is allowed for the purposes of criticism, news reporting, teachings, and parody. And, you know, that's the short version, but you got the real, you know the real spiel. So let's fall back, get a beautiful dismount into the Cities of Gold. I'm so excited for this. I've been looking forward to it. Again, we had to earn it. We had to get back here. We had to earn it. And here we are, man. So let's fall back in the Cities of Gold, man. Hold up, man. Let me fall back and make sure I got all my goodies. I'm good. I can chill with y'all. Let's do it, man. Cities of Gold. A-high to the real ones. A-high to the home team. We did it again.
Did you know that there is not one Great Wall of China, but several? Each emperor had one built to protect them from being invaded.
Really?
Yes. The ensemble of fortifications all put together would measure more than 6,000 kilometers long. It's the longest and largest construction in the world ever made by man.
It's a roller coaster.
Depending on the region where the wall was built, the Chinese used different materials found on location. In the mountains, rocks and terracotta were used to make bricks. In the desert, stones and sand.
Stones and sand? That's not very solid, is it?
Solid enough to last for hundreds and hundreds of years. The wall continues to defy time in the various terrains. Even the mountains didn't stop the builders. It is said that more than 10 million men were needed to build it.
Hey, look at this big round rock. I found the semiconductor.
Cocoa Pedal Scoop.
But how did the Chinese soldiers warn the others when they were being attacked?
The soldiers communicated with smoke signals from one guard tower to another. For example, one column of smoke meant they were being attacked by an army of less than 500 men. 2 columns, less than 3,000 men, and so on. Goodbye, and see you soon.
And all this green smoke. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It means that all my parakeets...
And it's just interesting to dig on this Great Wall drop, you know what I mean? It's this the actual, Great Wall, you know what I mean? The wall that's really keeping out Gog and Magog, you know what I mean? It seems like they all kind of built their own walls and sort of attached them, but it's just a bunch of walls. It's not really one, you know what I mean? So it's interesting to dig on the fact that we belly flopped into this, and Jackie Anthony was just dropping that Great Wall drop connected to the Preston John investigation. I just think we're just surfing the wave.
Friends are on their way. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all ready? That was just, we just get started. Let go.
Searching for your ways, through adventures every day and night. With the condor in flight, with all your friends in tow, we search for the cities of gold. Wishing for the cities of
The cities of gold. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let go.
Give him water. I'll be back as soon as possible. Confined inside the stomach of Buddha, Zia, thanks to Tao's help and her skill with plants, has managed to save Esteban, who was stung by a scorpion. Meanwhile, the adults, guided by Ambrosius's compass detecting Orichalcum, explode a hole into the underground gallery, allowing the three children and Li Shuang to get out.
Oh, this is...
Now I know they just said a lot, and I don't know if you caught all that. So I'm gonna run it back. And even though they're talking fast, listen to some of the drop that they're kicking already, specifically about the Orichalcum. The Orichalcum is this substance they said, pretty much is gold, or it's like an alchemist gold, that type of thing, but you can build all kind of golden things out of it. And it's just like a property of gold that allows you to, really build things with the gold. I mean, break it down and make it fluid, you know what I mean? And it's called Orichalcum, you know what I mean? And it's partially what they're saying, like cities of gold, it's different properties of it. A lot of it is this Orichalcum property. But I mean, this is just the intro, man. Don't tell us not to dig on cartoons. It's too dope, man. We're having too much fun here, man. Hold up, man. Let's get this again. All right. The cities of gold. Let go. Do. That's pretty.
Cool him down. Give him water. I'll be back as soon as possible. Confined inside the stomach of Buddha.
First of all, they're in the stomach of Buddha. Let's go.
Zia, thanks to Tao's help and her skill with plants, has managed to save Esteban, who was stung by a scorpion. Meanwhile, the adults, guided by Ambrosius's compass detecting Orichalcum,
detected Orichalcum.
Explode a hole into the underground gallery, allowing the three children and Li Shuang to get out.
All right, let's go. Oasis.
Oh, it's astounding. My compass is reacting with almost as much intensity as with the condor. All that energy in such a little dragon. Oh, it's incredible.
You mean my ancestors are incredible?
Remember the people of Mu.
They ain't even trying to warm you up, man. They just hitting you over the head bone, man. Remember the people of Mu. He said, my ancestors are incredible. Look at this bro with his locks. Look at his locks, man. So we talk dark-skinned people, Califia, they put in the cartoon now. All these are real characters. We already looked them up. We already dug on it. We already dissected this. Go get the previous parts of this series, all right? Mendoza's a real character. Look into the Coronado expeditions, man. Look into Friar de Marcos de Nice, Marco de Nice, all right? Look into this Esteban. Esteban is also supposed to be a copper-colored brother, all right? But he's a Moor from Morocco, all right? He's Azamori. And he's over here looking for the cities of gold, trying to hijack the Hawaku Cibola. He's looking for Cibola, right? Shambhala. And this is the issue that Tao has with Esteban. So you need to know the history to know why Tao's about to respond like this to Esteban. Because Esteban is pure hijack in reality. He's Esteban the Moor. He's the one that got killed in New Mexico in real life, who's supposed to be a brother, but they got him as his, other over here. So these are two brothers. And in reality, they both look alike. They're both probably the same complexion, but one is from Mu and the other is from, we're about to find out.
I wonder what in the world this dragon can do.
Let's go back.
You mean my ancestors are incredible?
Remember the people of Mu.
I wonder what in the world this dragon can do for us now that it's full of energy. Huh?
So automatically, in the cities of gold, we're talking dragon energy, Orichalcum, we're talking the people of Mu. All right, all this is within the first minute, of this episode starting.
Esteban? Hey, where'd he go?
Wait.
Esteban?
I just want to peep this map up here, see if they got anything they dropping here, man. You know, they be putting little hints in this stuff, man. All right. See, look like a normal map. All right, come on, let's go.
Hey, where'd he go?
Pay attention. Pay attention.
You must never give up, Esteban. Like your father Antoneus once said, our destiny awaits us behind every grain of sand.
My destiny? If only I knew what I was supposed to do. What do Zia and I have to do with the cities of gold? And my father, what'd he have to do with all these mysteries?
Antoneus believed that part of it had to do with your origins.
Our origins?
Esteban, your ancestors were the Atlanteans.
The Atlanteans? But that's impossible. Why would I get to discover the secrets of Mu if I'm an Atlantean? Those two civilizations used to fight like the worst enemies.
More than 10,000 years ago. Nobody...
I'm going to keep going, but they just gave you a full body bag on the exact frequency war that we've been breaking down. In a cartoon, man. That you have warring frequencies that used to, you know, get down and lay down, man. Snake or the dragon. This is why the Egyptian dynasties venerate this snake situation. They always got this snake. And that's why you see the Moshe, you know, Moses, you know, copper dragon, you know, they call it the brazen serpent in Numbers 21, which is really a copper dragon. This dragon element is always connected with the Hebrews, you know what I'm saying? It's always connected with the Toltecs, the Iroquois, whatever you're talking about, the indigenous flow, the Califia. This is Amaruka. Literally, the Ka is the dragon, the Amaru Ka. This is the dragon land, home of the dragon. They say Turtle Island, but the turtle, you know, like all animals, stems from the dragon frequency, the dragon frequency. So the dragon is the original, you know what I mean, of all animal frequencies. All come back to the dragon frequency, as well as all frequency, you know, all this creation situations connected out of the spiral that again is fire, water, ether, and land. That's the dragon energy. When they give you 440, when they give you hijack, they disconnect you from the 4 higher octaves. Look at yourself as a 12 octave flow, right? Like your chakras, you know, some say you got 12 chakras, right? All the way up, right? So those 4 higher heavens, those 4 higher octaves, those 4 higher chakras are cut off in that 440 hertz frequency. Everything coming out your radio, your TV is in 440. It cuts off your higher heavens, your higher octaves, and it keeps you from the heart down. It masters you. Remember, like Matthew 28, you got the JC hijack Zeus character saying, all power has been given to me under heaven and earth. Under heaven. That's under those higher 4 octaves. That's under the higher octaves that the spiral 432 reaches. All music tuned to 432 hertz connects you to all 12 octaves. The 440 keeps you under the heavens, right? That's the frequency of their Zeus, you know, energy that was able to, you know, overcome, you know what I'm saying, this particular ancient love song for a particular time period. Under the firmament, under the higher heavens, under the firmament. When you're in that 432, you are above the barrier. You're in the 9 frequency above. You're above the barrier, above the firmament. One day, everything would be all pure water. You wouldn't need no barrier no more. All of this realm's going to be 432. But then you got higher heavens. You got to double them. Every time you double them, you're in a higher octave. So you got the 432. You double it to 864. You double it to 1728. You double it to 3456, and on and on and on. You double them up to get to the higher octaves. You're talking sound, frequency, energy, vibration. And this is the frequency war, Atlantis and Mu. Again, pay close attention to how Tao responds, man. All right. How does Tao respond to hearing that Esteban, his homie, this is season 2. They've been through all these journeys together. Look how Tao responds to hearing this drop that Esteban is connected ancestrally. Before he was just some Spaniard or, you know, whatever he was supposed to be, but we know that he's a He's a Moor, right? He's Moab. I mean, for all we know, you know what I mean? This is a Moabite, right? So this is a Moabite frequency. And yet this is all Shem, but you got Shem that's connected with this Atlantis with permission of the Pharaoh, right? We're just talking about the Carolines. So you have a frequency of Mu and a frequency of Atlantis, and this is what the frequency war looks like. And so when Esteban says he's from this hijack frequency, pay close attention to the homie Esteban. I mean, to the homie Tau, the mark, the sign, the Makir. Pay close attention.
Esteban, your ancestors were the Atlanteans.
The Atlanteans? That's impossible. Why would I get to discover the secrets of Mu?
Origins.
Our origins?
Esteban, your ancestors were the Atlanteans.
The Atlanteans? But that's impossible. Why would I get to discover the secrets of Mu if I'm an Atlantean? Those two civilizations used to fight like the worst enemies.
More
Bang.
than 10,000 years ago. Nobody knows for sure if those legends are true. Your father always thought the cities would reveal why two civilizations as evolved as the Empire of Mu and Atlantis could have destroyed each other.
I'm an Atlantean? Hey! Come and see! Something's going on with the dragon!
Let's go.
Look at this. The more I approach the pyramid's cache, the more it reacts.
Oh, Ambrosius, please! We want to see the pyramid, right, Tau?
The pyramid. Are you talking about the Pyramid of Mu? Do you have it in your possession?
Oh, why, yes, I do. Hold on to this, my child. I even built this special hiding place to protect it. And good thing I did. There have already been attempts to steal it. Oh, but this marble doesn't belong to me. I'm simply the modest guardian until the time comes when all of humanity can benefit from all its secrets. So then, allow me to just abracadabra deactivate a couple of things here, like this one. And strange, this book isn't in its right place. There we go. Fine. Come now, my beauty. The time has come to show yourself. We've got company.
Strange optics.
Normally, I resort to the rays of the sun via my luminarian, but this dragon now can probably do the same thing. One just has to orient the light in the right way.
I can't believe my eyes.
Y'all think this is play? Y'all think they just invented this stuff and say, let's be creative, throw a bunch of, platonic silence all over the place. Pyramid of Mu. We got to get back on these pyramids. We know that not all pyramids are in the 440 hertz frequency. You know what I mean? Some pyramids could be in the 432 frequency. So I don't want to be against a particular platonic silent. We're not talking about being anti-pyramid. We just know that the Atlanteans use their pyramids in vibration a certain way, and that the King's Chamber in the Pyramid of Giza, the Great Pyramid, the King's Chamber, is in 440 hertz. We know. We got the science. We got the, the excavation, the investigation into the sound, into the pyramid. We went through a whole drop on that. Different measurements being, taken at different times from this King's Chamber. And what you're going to get is a resonance of about 439.7, whatever the case is, but it's 440. You know what I mean? So we know that The Great Pyramid over there is in 440, but it don't mean that all the pyramids here per se is in 440 hertz. And this Pyramid of Mu is very interesting.
There we go. Ta-da! Ah! Ta-da!
Oh, it looks like they exist for real. Oh, look at them floating around in the air.
Oh, wow. Can you get burnt?
I've never seen anything like this. How did you learn to put them to use?
Oh, it's quite simple. Here, watch this. All you have to do is move the images about as if they were objects. There. Look here. This is one of the plans that I used to build the boiler of this very ship.
Can we touch them as well?
Me first.
What in the world?
Gently, Tao. Gently.
They're Mu symbols. They're names of colors.
So he said they're Mu symbols. And they may not show it in this episode, but they have shown the Mu symbols up close, and they pretty much replicate the Paleo Hebrew. I mean, there's many similarities between these Mu symbols and Paleo Hebrew. I hope they show them again, though.
And here, names of shapes.
Okay, here we go. You know, so you got these llama looking joints here, man. You got these noon looking joints here. I mean, you just start, putting it together. You got the dial, like the dialette. Looks like a hat. Right there. So, I mean, hey, you tell me, man. But clearly there's a connection. And this cartoon is holding lots of secrets, man. I see why they're blocking it and all these links. They're taking all these links down.
These look like construction plans. Oh, it's crazy. A constellation map.
Ow! It's a good thing your ancestors weren't as clumsy as you are.
Uh-oh.
Wow! Look at those eyes and the dragon in the middle. It's the same as ours.
What strange eyes.
Perhaps they are the eyes that can see all.
They look familiar. I've seen them before. Yes, now I remember. They're near the Mingsha oasis westward at the gates of the desert. It's a well-known fresco because the eyes are not those of Buddha. It's said that they bring bad luck to those who dare look at them.
That symbol between the two eyes means the place.
Your father and I went there together to examine it. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything.
Most likely because you needed this dragon to shed light upon the mystery of the fresco.
I bet you have to place it on the eyes.
What are we waiting for to go to this desert? Seeing as our destiny is behind every grain of sand.
Oh, this vessel is stupendous. In the wrong hands, it would make a lethal warship.
You said at the gates of the desert?
Yes, at the crossroads of these two old merchant routes, right here. To get to the oasis is very simple. All you have to do is follow the Great Wall towards the west.
This is also exciting. Here
Great
I
Wall,
thought I'd
Great
be
Wall.
in Beijing, studying with old Taoist monks. Thanks to you, I'm getting younger by the day.
We're approaching the stomach of Buddha's fort.
Fine, now let's try and pass unnoticed.
You're coming with us, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Esteban. My duties are calling me, and I must report the disappearance of my captain.
But don't you want to find out?
No, Zia, I've fulfilled my mission. The road you must take is not mine. Other grains of sand await me.
How can we thank you?
By going where your destiny calls upon you. Good luck, Esteban. Good luck to you all. Esteban, don't be sad. Keep going forward, like your father. Goodbye, my friends.
Go on, Grand Condor. Fly us towards our destiny.
So that when we finally see the ice at Seoul, is something wrong, Tao? Or are you just in a bad mood?
I just wishes it was dinner time.
Tao is heated. Tao is hot. Tao is hot.
Oh, look at that strange little lake. It looks like a crescent moon.
Oh, it's the whatchamacallit oasis, exactly like Li Shuang said.
Did you see, Zia? That crescent moon lake looks like our medallions.
Why is it always my fault?
Mendoza, are you sure that smoke is coming from the oasis?
Well, we'll soon find out, won't we?
Thanks, Esteban. I never imagined it'd be so hard to walk in this sand.
I think I have an idea of a lot less tiring way to get down. You want to try?
Okay.
The secret is to run!
Hey!
Ooh, and that sure looks a whole lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wanted to try Hey, what's the big idea pushing me?
Huh?
Cocopetto, how far are we from the oasis?
Hey, where'd my hat go? Where is it? about time. I've had it.
Oh, me too. I'm dying of thirst.
What a funny looking animal.
Did you see its humps?
My camel seems to like you, noble stranger.
Of course it does. They look alike.
Thank you.
These melons are delicious.
Please, have some more if you like. You can stay here for the night. That way you can guard my merchandise while I watch over my animals.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, you know, here we're all travelers.
What'd you say?
He's thanking you for eating the melons, because that means less for him to have to carry.
Are you guys asleep?
I can't. Me neither. You want to go to the lake?
Good idea.
Maybe there are alligators in there.
There are no alligators in a lake.
All right, Tao, after you. Go right on ahead.
Me? Why me? Shouldn't the chosen ones go?
Come on.
Now's not the time to bicker like that.
What's that got to do with anything?
You're a chosen one, so why are you so afraid?
Thea, she dived in.
This feels great. Refreshing, but just the thing to relax. We're coming! Well, at least I got you two to get in the water.
Oh, yeah? You paid for that.
Zia playing them games. Zia playing them games.
You think that our medallions have got anything to do with this place?
I don't know. They have yet to open any secret passages or gone and emptied the lake.
Zia, there's something I want to tell you. Both you and Tao. Tao? Tao, will you stop sulking like this?
You were scared, huh? You think it was a giant alligator? Me? Scared?
This is my homeland here, the kingdom of the Crescent Moon.
What a joke.
Whoa,
Be careful, Esteban.
that's right. Look at this medallion. It belongs to the great Prince of the Moon.
You really think you're better than everyone else, huh? Well, I'm fed up.
Notice, man. Esteban's really kind of, pushing it, man. And Tao's over here, tripping for a reason because it's an ancient war. And he's loyal to his people. And his land is gone. His things are gone. He wants his stuff. And they're using him and his expertise and his knowledge of his people to find the cities of gold. They're using him. They're using Zia. And Esteban's really the hijack. So this is one of the episodes that's showing you, you know what I mean, that Tao is up on Esteban being the hijack 100%. Now Esteban's talking about being the kingdom of the moon, the Crescent Moon. You think this is a joke? No, we're talking about Esteban's and Moore, right? We're talking about Moab, right? We're talking about Mohammedans, right? We're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Crescent Moon and the star flag, right? It's giving you all the drive. It's giving you all the drive. Now, Tao right now, man, he's a little tight. He's a little tight right now because he's hijack free. You know what I mean? He knows how many of his people vanished because of this Atlantean hijack. Now he realized this cat right here, he might want the same thing, man. And he did want the same thing. He wants his stuff. He wants Tao's things. Tao's not having it.
Fed up! Esteban! This way! Esteban! Will you just stop? Look! Esteban! Oh. Esteban! Esteban! Over here! Are you all right? Yeah, nothing broken. But what's got into him?
Tao's tight.
I don't believe this. And yet we weren't that far from the oasis. The wind has erased all our tracks. The shape of these dunes, they remind me of something. It's this way. Ha! All these dunes look alike. I think it's more like that way. Are you certain, Esteban? Sure, yeah, right. Just because he's the chosen one, you only trust him. What is wrong with you, Tao? What's wrong is he's an Atlantean and I'm a Muan, and Atlantis fought against Mu. What?
Now, he didn't say he's Moorish, did he? So please dodge your damn hijack. I mean, Ty Battle told you that. Dodge your own damn hijack. Did he say, I'm Moorish? No, he says, I'm Muan. What's the difference between being Muan, being Mu-an, Anan, Anian, and Moorish? Are you blackish? Are you cool-ish? Are you beautiful-ish? Are you smart-ish? Are you strong-ish? I don't think so, right? And you're not blackish. You're not copper-color-ish. You're not Israelite-ish. Nor are you Moab-ish or Moor-ish. Tao is tight, man. Why are you tight, Tao? Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad, son. What's going on, Tao? Talk on him right quick, man.
What are you talking about? Esteban didn't tell you? Between chosen ones? I'm not surprised our ancestors fought with each other. One can never trust an Atlantean. Li Shuang told me just this morning. That's what I wanted to tell you about earlier on. An Atlantean? But that means I must be one as well. Tao,
That means I must be one as well.
brothers, why do you want us to become enemies?
Oh,
Your
man.
sisters fought and exterminated my people. We can never be friends or brothers.
Fought
and now
and
I
exterminated.
know you were chosen by mistake, and that one day I'll find out what really happened.
My bad, y'all. They over here jamming me up. Let's get that back. And listen closely to the dialogue. He said, your ancestors exterminated my people. And whoever, she's supposed to be representing, I think the Inca, you know what I mean? But she said that means I'm one too. And we already know the connection between the Vatican and the Batu Khan and the Genghis Khan and the Inca and the Mongol Khan. Love the Caramello. Right? So we're connecting this Inca with this Genghis Khan. If you've been following and rocking with the Prester John Investigation Part 49, installment number 49, Jackie Anthony's drop connecting the Georgies or the Genghis Khans with the Mohammeds. We're connecting the Moses and the Muhammad or the Mehmet war or the beef between brothers. And he's about to tell you, we're like brothers. But it's a frequency war, bro. So you want to eradicate our people. You want to eradicate our flow. Psalms 83. You want to cut us off from being a nation. So Israel will be no more remembrance. And this is what Tao's talking about. Your people took our people out. I can't trust you. You can never trust an Atlantean.
Told me just this morning. That's what I wanted to tell you about earlier on.
An Atlantean? But that means I must be one as well.
Tao, we're like brothers. Why do you want us to become enemies? Your ancestors fought and exterminated my people. We can never be friends or brothers. And now I know that you were chosen by mistake. And that one day I'll find...
We could never be friends or brothers. So we're just reading out of address. We're reading some script, breaking the same thing down. Your peace can't be their peace. Don't get mad at us for being, true and thorough, with our flow, with our spiral. Now you want to be brothers. Now you want everybody in the Moorish science temples and everyone to be Moorish. We're talking about being Mu. We're talking about the land, man. We're talking about reality. You can't be representing the power of this hijack to these people who are now in captivity and subjugation, are just now waking up, being called Negro and African American, now reading the 1828 Noah Webster Dictionary, knowing that the definition of an Amaru Khan is the copper-colored Nagas they just found over here. You was already in a more-on-more war. With permission of the Pharaoh, a Maxim, you're in Northwest America. You're in Northwest Africa. According to the Maxim maps, you're in Northwest Africa, man, because it's just Ham and Kush. We're just talking Atlantis frequency. Throw the titles away. We're just talking frequency. This is a war frequency. This is a warring frequency. God of war, hijack, invader, invasion frequency. This is the issue, at the bottom of things when you're watching this scene and you're hearing, this energy coming from Tao. Tao is tight. But why you tight, Tao? Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad, Tao. He's just talking about the drop, man.
The shape of these dunes, they remind me of something. It's this way. Ha! All these dunes look alike. I think it's more like that way.
Are you certain, Esteban?
Sure, yeah, right. Just because he's the chosen one, you only trust him.
What is wrong with you, Tao?
What's wrong is he's an Atlantean and I'm a Muan, and Atlantis fought against Mu.
What? What are you talking about?
Esteban didn't tell you? Between chosen ones, I'm not surprised our ancestors fought with each other. One can never trust an Atlantean. Li Shuang told me just this morning. That's what I wanted to tell you about earlier on.
An Atlantean? But that means I must be one as well.
Tao, we're like brothers. Why do you want us to become enemies? Your ancestors fought and exterminated my people. We can never be friends or brothers. And now I know that you were chosen by mistake. And that one day I'll find out what really happened.
Tao is tight. Tao is tight. Tao is hot.
You may tell His Highness Charles Quint that everything is going exactly as planned. We're probably not very far from the city, and I have everything under control.
Very well, my lord. Anything else?
Yes.
Notice he said, tell His Highness Charles Quint. We're talking Charles V. Charles V. All right, you come on now, time out, man. I'm saying it's a more on more war, man. It's a more on more war. You're talking Charles Kento. All right, Charles Kento. What's that? Man, what was that? Charles Kento. What was it? Inca. Man, was it a painting? I guess it has to be a painting. Let's see if they give us the drop. Okay. We might get the drop. All right, so you remember this painting right here? You see Charles Kento. So that's what he just called out. You tell His Highness Charles Kento. You tell His Highness. So you see this melanated brother cutting off these Tupacs, man, cutting off Atahualpa. We're just talking Inca, but are we talking Atlantis or are we talking Mu? Either way, we're just talking Charles V. And what the bro just say? Tell Your Highness about Charles V. Charles V, man. Again, this is a melanated war. This is more and more. This is all happening in the 1500s. You seen the evidence one more time, man. Who you calling out by
It was my
now?
mistake, and that one day I'll find out what really happened.
We tell His Highness Charles Quint. Everything is going exactly as planned.
Let's go.
We're probably not very far from the city, and I have everything under control.
Very well, my lord. Anything else?
Yes, I want you to do away with those 3 Spaniards accompanying the children. Do you hear me? I never want to see them again.
We're lost.
Uh-oh.
Managed to find their way in the desert and discover the fresco of the eyes that see all.
Who's your boss?
What terrible fate awaits Mendoza and the 2 sailors? So, what did you guys find?
We'll tell you all about it.
It sure is hot down here. What do you say we go back up to Li Shuang?
Good idea. I'd like to know where he went off to. But, go back up how?
Maybe we could go back up the way we came down.
High tech.
Esteban, are you alright?
You got stung by a scorpion.
I'm thirsty. And I'm shivering.
Esteban! Esteban!
Dun dun dun. Cities of gold.
Will Zia be able to treat and save Esteban?
Hold on, Esteban.
Will Mendoza and his friends manage to find them before it's too late?
Uh-oh.
Right here under our feet.
You'll find out in the next episode of The Mysterious Cities of Gold.
What was that?
Cities of gold. Nights like this. Hey, love to Freddie B, man, for just keeping this series rocking for us, man. And remember, man, we're just talking about the frequency war. We're just talking about the Chumash, right? The Caliph, the Califia, the First Peoples, the Anasazi, the Pueblo, the Tolteca, Sylvanus. We're talking the Amaru Khans, the Copper Color Khans, just found here, man. Because they just found you here. You already know. We're talking the mystical, We're talking mythological. And you got to get the drop out of it all. Because all of it leads back to you. All the drop leads back to you. Lost lands of Mu. Interchangeable. Lemuria and Mu are interchangeable names given to a lost land believed to have been located somewhere in either the Southern Pacific, or Indian Oceans. Ancient continent was apparently the home of an advanced and highly spiritual culture. So all this advanced technological drop you're seeing in the Cities of Gold cartoon, don't let it go over your head, Bone, because this is just your own advancement. But in that advancement, you have warring frequencies. With technology, comes a lot of, hijack city at times. But you have your ancient technology, pure water, and you have this other frequency that's hijacking the ancient technology. You dig? Perhaps the mother race of all mankind. All mankind, they say, man. So when they keep trying to tell you that you come from right here, all melanated people, all dark-skinned people, all black people come from right here in Africa, come from right here. What about all this land? What about all this land? What about all this land? You dig? All melanated people must come from this area here. That lets you know that they want you to abandon your heart, abandon the heartbone of all your vortexes to connect to one area. And what happens when you abandon it? They fill it in. They iconoclast it. They color it in with their own coloration, with their own images. That's what iconoclasm is, man. We're just talking Califia. We're talking the Queen, the Khalifa. We're talking the Regal Sister, the Regal, they say Moorish or Moran, right? Let's go. The mythical realm, right? We're just talking mythology. Don't mind us, because if we don't dig on mythology, how can we dig on our Black Queen? How can we dig on our copper-colored Queen? We're talking Sheba, you dig? We're talking Sheba and Solomon, you dig? She supposedly commanded a fleet of ships, Sheba and Solomon, you dig? With which she ruled and maintained peace in the surrounding lands and islands, including Baja and Hawaii. She reportedly kept an aerial defense force of griffins. I can't make this stuff up. So she had the dragons, right? They say quote unquote griffins. You know these griffins are dragons. Aerial defense is the same type of aerial defense we were just, dropping on with the Jacob Kukwa. Let's go. You're talking Kulingel, which means you're only talking a golden dragon, right? The Kulingel. But when you're talking Kulingel, you know what I mean? We're only talking Jacob Kukwa. And then, at that point, you're talking the aerial defenses. You're talking the heritage. He planned to take the goods he bought to California and had the whole Chumash tribe fly it across the Rockies. So he asked the Chumash to fly it across the Rockies. Man, we're just coming home piece by piece, connected to, the reality and these titles and all this stuff we're pushing to the side because that's all their own little hijack. Ethiopia titles, Abyssinia titles, Prester John titles. All these are titles, Chumash titles, but we're just talking the indigenous, the original flow. We're just talking the original flow. We're talking the lands, the lost lands, they say. We're just talking the Kara. We're just talking Charles Kento. We're talking a more on more war. We're talking an invasion, man. We're talking the invasion. This is Charles, man. This is Charles, you dig? This is Charles V, you dig? So when he said, man, go tell your Highness Charles, this is happening during the invasion. This is the 1500s, right? They said Columbus in 1492 was selling the ocean, selling the ocean blue, right? Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. What does it say right here? I know it's small. It says Holy Roman Empire, Emperor Charles V. That's why old weird guy called on Charles and said, hey, man, tell your highness he's talking about a black man, right? Quote unquote black man. Esteban in reality is also a black man. Azamari, Estebanico, right? Esteban, how you spell it? Estebanico. Yeah. Estebanico. Here we go. Yeah, man. But he's talking Estebanico. Little Esteban. Look at the images. So in the cartoon, he looks like a little white Spaniard, but he's not Spaniard. He's Esteban the Moor, and he keeps rocking that Crescent Moon, right? He said born in 1500 as a Moor, Morocco. He died in Hawaku, New Mexico, 39 years old. This is what he really looked like. More images of this brother, and this brother came right into, a whole kingdom full of brothers, right? But one is a Moor, he's also a Muslim, they say. So he's rocking with this Crescent Moon. They're letting you know it's a more and more war right in your face bone. There's a whole Estebanico society, one of the first Muslims to reach the present-day continental U.S. So he wasn't just the first to enter into Hawaku, New Mexico. He was, according to these sources, one of the first to enter into America. So when they keep saying, oh, Morocco's here, this is ancient Morocco, maybe this is the first Moroccan hijack. You know what I'm saying? The first, Moab hijack, even though we know that Moab is Shem. So, they got some ancient roots over here in the land of Shem. Because we're talking the old world. But, in terms of crossing back over and making this connection, because, of course, they needed allies. And these tribes started linking in with these other tribes. All right? Because they were confederate against you. We're just talking Esteban the Moor. We're just talking Mustafa Azamori. This is who this whole Cities of Gold thing is centered around. And then you got to research the Coronado expeditions to get further drive. We're just talking Zamore. We're just talking the Cara, the Carolinas, the Cara, Katai, all connected back to Mu, which is all you. All this is you. And we dodge to hijack. We dodge to hijack at all costs, man. Love to the bro, man. We dodge to hijack. We dodge to hijack at all costs, man. Because these Azamores have a Morocco empire in mind that has no Shem, has no sign of Shem, right? Only Ham and Kush. All this is Ham, all this is Northwest Africa, right? And all this is Kush. And then you have a Maxim, and you got Atlantis. And it's very interesting how they have Atlantis specifically up here, unless they're trying to say all this is Atlantis. I mean, hijack city, you know what I'm saying? But remember this map that has that Tangu, we were just reading in President John 49, has that Tangu, all right? It has the Mangi. All this is, man, get them Presta hours too, man. We in the ether with it. We live on the radio in the ether with it, so we dropping this drop all the time. By the time you get it on YouTube, we have already discussed it, most likely in the ether. So make sure you got the app, download the app, make sure you're on the site. We're going through a little maintenance, so the site was down today. It's going to be up tomorrow. So, all them updates are coming. We're going to continue to, frame and shape the website. So, yeah, you have this India Superior. You already know what's going on here. We have the Greenland drop. So notice where this Greenland is connecting right into Asia here. And let's go back here. This is, again, you got this connection from here into Asia here. But here it says Atlantis. This is why Greenland keeps getting connected with this Atlantis drop. Because this is where Greenland would be, you dig? Maxim is where they're calling where Atlantis would be, according to a lot of these maps now. This is where Atlantis, that's where they're putting this in Maxim. You know what I mean? So We're dodging the hijack at all costs, man. We're just talking about the cities of go. And we're just digging in the, real ones, man. Again, this is reality season. This is furnace season. Love to the Templar. And remember, man, there's always fair use in your caboose bone. We're just keeping it trill around here, digging on the cities beneath our feet. And knowing that the Grand Canyon got over 1,200,000 acres.
Getting a
Come on,
great
man, stop hijacking us, man. Knowing that the Grand Canyon got over 1,200,000 acres. 1,200,000 acres of drop that has not been excavated to your knowledge. We got the G.E. Kincaid drop. You know that all this is connected. So when they say that Esteban is the first Moor, we're talking Moab, to cross these particular continental territories. Maybe not the first ever, if we have ancient Moab, but the first in a long time. You know what I mean? And it didn't work out too well for him. And since then, I mean, how important do you think this whole Esteban drop, is to the more and more war popping off even more? You know what I'm saying? So, this is it's a pivot point. It's a pivot point. And we know we're surfing the wave. And we know we're getting the drop. And we know at the end of the day, it's all about perspective. And you got to see clearly the orientation. Hey, hop to the real ones. We're just talking about the cities of gold. We'll get back into the Edzania. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back into, really digging on these other cities of gold around here. And, pulling them up, especially in the Quivera Regnum. I'm just talking Antioch. Hey, hi to the home team. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, keep it trill. And always remember, dodge your own damn hijack. Ty Battle told you that. Hawa.